Hey guys, if you're like me, you're up late at night, spending time, wasting time, looking at all the different auto sites, trying to find your dream car, that future classic, or the new daily driver. So, AutoTempest is here to help you. AutoTempest is a website, and what it does is it searches all those sites for you. eBay, Craigslist, Cars.com, AutoTrader, and more with just one search, and it brings all those results together. That way you don't have to bounce around and potentially miss that perfect car. Check out AutoTempest in the description of this video and tell us what you think about it in the comments. I've been using it and I actually think it's pretty useful. I'm stoked on it. Check it out. Morning, everybody. This is a very rare treat, probably the only time in my life I will ever get to have anything resembling a go in an Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione. This is Afshin of Petrolicious, who's been with us now our third video, and your personal 8C. It's even got your name stamped in it, which is kick-ass. Extremely rare car, 500 worldwide, 90 in America. You've got one. 14,000 miles, so you've driven it.
They're meant to be driven.
What I find, this car, did you just see a picture of it and go, yes, and that was the...
Well, yeah, it actually happened probably with the very first picture of the concept.
Really?
And I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
And I was, dying to see if they're actually going to build it, what's going to happen. And I think Alfa Romeo just dilly-dallied on it for such a long time before actually announcing that they're building it, and I was so excited. And kept checking in with the local Ferrari dealer because we don't have any Alfa Romeo dealers.
They all came through Ferrari dealers.
They had no idea what I was talking about, but I left my name anyway. And one day I got a call from them saying, "Hey, we're taking orders."
That's amazing. These were they were very expensive, and that's because they're full carbon body.
Exactly.
And what no one really talked about was the fact that pretty much the entire interior is dry carbon as well, which is very cool.
Yeah.
The seats are the same carbon seats you got in the Enzo,
exactly.
As well as NerdBit, the 4GT, the 05 4GT. They're actually made by Sebelt in Italy, which is really cool. What I find interesting about this car, and I've never driven one, is that people say they don't drive very good. Like Clarkson, everyone off the Clarkson review where he said it didn't drive very good. So I'm really interested. It's got the 4.7 liter V8, and it's what, 450 horsepower?
Right.
Well, when you were doing the drive-bys, it sounded glorious. So
that's one of the
it's the sound.
The sound is really
well. Parking brake off. Is that on or off? That way, no.
If there's no light,
the light is on. How do I turn? Just pull it again.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. This is gonna be good. Oh, yep.
It's the single clutch.
Oh, that's the sound. Yeah, the gearbox dates it, huh? So, first impressions. Steering is heavier than I expected, and I think that's because I'm used to Ferraris of the period, which had very, very boosted steering. Heavier than I expected. The sound is good. The sound is very, very good. And it's got the F1 gearbox, the single clutch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that kind of dates it, doesn't it?
It's much slower compared to today's dual clutch.
And there's just nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. But wow, does that sound good. What's weird, does this seat go up and down at all? Or is it fixed?
It can, only by the factory. Like you have to go to the service.
Right, okay. Yeah. So it's meant for you.
Yeah.
And,
so you're a little bit high.
I'm a little high. Okay, so if I could get here, that would be brilliant.
Yeah.
If this gentleman is going to let us by, was this the guy who was sitting there in front of us earlier?
I think so, yeah.
What do you say, bud? No? All right. Well, we're going to pause and wait for that to clear because that's not something we need. All right. Here goes. Oh! Comes on cam up top. Wow, that's the sound when it changes gears is almost worth the slow gear change speed. It's like a waiting room. It's like elevator music.
Right.
Hang on while I change gear.
Yeah, it's really
that's like gunfire. It's amazing. I don't don't understand what these people were talking about when they said this car drives badly. This drives nice.
The grip is pretty phenomenal. And,
I imagine these are not the original tires from 2008.
No, they're actually brand new.
Cool.
But they're the, Pirelli P0s.
So has this been, I mean, not that consumer advice has really any role in the Alpha 8C market, but is it, you've now owned it for 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah.
Is it a good car?
Depends for what. I wouldn't take this on the track, because it is just so precious, but also it's not the best track car.
It's a GT car.
Yeah,
really.
it's a lovely GT as well as a lovely canyon car. I've taken it on many Sunday canyon drives and came home with a wide smile on my face, and I've done 2-week road trips with it as well. So
can you only open the glass? Only the glass opens back there, right?
This is pretty much your only storage space. And
just
then the glass opens, but there's only room for a fitted briefcase.
Oh, so you have your Royal Highness's match luggage?
Exactly, yeah.
Tell you what, me and this engine get along great.
Yeah.
This motor, it's angrier in this car than it was in the Maseratis.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't that big of a fan of it in the Maseratis. This is good.
No, it's definitely tuned differently, puts out more horsepower.
This thing was like backfiring before it was cool to be backfiring. This is like 07 backfiring. What a sound. Wow. But not good on the track. It's a little soft.
No, I wouldn't say it's not good. I've taken on the track and had the luxury of beating it around the track a couple of times.
Is there a sport suspension mode?
No, the suspension is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's the thing. It's you can have fun with it on the track, but it's not going to be a competitive car.
I wonder, since it's not an adaptive suspension, I wonder if you could put some Öhlins in it or something and change it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that would be worth anybody's time.
Yeah.
Man, does it sound good when you stand on the go pedal, doesn't it? Wow. And I think the quicker you go, the less the gearbox matters. It's really like in traffic, you notice. You go, oh man, that's kind of taking
Exactly, yeah. When you're on it, it shifts really fast.
I heard somewhere a rumor that that Tremec is coming out with an aftermarket dual clutch box.
Oh, really?
That could replace the gearbox
That would be
and stuff like this. I heard.
Yeah.
Who knows, but the power is lovely.
Oh yeah, it's very smooth.
So this is like a ton of carbon fiber. What was the resulting weight of this car? Is it
about 3,500?
All that? It's still not that light.
Yeah.
Although truth be told, I bring it up again. My OG Vanquish, it has a lot of carbon fiber on it, and it's 4,600 pounds.
Wow.
So just because a car's got some carbon fiber,
exactly.
in it, but this does seem like physically a lot of carb. So 3,500 seems reasonable. Flip around here. This thing is neat, man. I think people were unnecessarily harsh towards this car. We're gonna give us a gap so we have room to drive.
So
somewhere.
Gorgeous. Sounds so great.
It's so pretty. Yeah. Pretty beats almost everything, doesn't it? I mean, because you can have cars that are. During the break we were discussing how in the long term, pretty beats everything. It beats reliability. It beats fast. It beats well built. See DeLorean, for example.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, this is good. It's not super powerful by modern supercar standards.
9 years old now. Yeah.
But man, does it sound good. It really sounds good. What's a service like on something like this? Is it just normal
service? I take it once a year to the Maserati Ferrari dealers. They definitely take advantage of you, for sure.
Really?
Expect to pay $1,000 for a service.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. Look, BMW prototype.
Nice.
That looked like the X3M. But nothing super bizarre and unique. It's not like you don't have to drop the motor to change spark plug.
No, nothing like that. Yeah.
Well, it seems we've caught a real traffic jam. So we're gonna have to make another gap. Unfortunately, that's what I get. Oh look.
The cop.
You know, sometimes you
Good
catch
timing.
look, another BMW prototype. Sometimes you catch traffic and curse it. And sometimes you catch traffic and it saves you
Exactly,
from getting in trouble. And that was the latter. Okay, so are all these people going left? Okay, in that case, we will be here and we will be back. And we're back. It's a bit busy out here today, so I'm sorry if we can't go a zillion miles an hour because we don't want to kill people. I bet one of these cars would be. Here's an actually interesting question to a collector: is this car valuable enough where it's hard to total, or is it rare enough where if you crashed one, they'd probably total it out because it would cost a fortune to fix the body?
Right.
That's an interesting question. What happens when you crash an 8C?
Yeah.
I bet it's not good.
No, it's not good. They have to send it back to Italy to create a new body for it.
Yeah. And then also, you said it's touring, right? That's doing those disco volante things,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So Carrozzeria.
Carrozzeria,
God,
yeah.
do I butcher the pronunciation?
No worries.
Their coach works in Italy.
Yeah.
And they will take one of these, pull the whole body off it,
Yeah.
and create that disco volante concept car out of your real car.
So that you always have that as a backup option if you total it.
If that's true.
Yeah.
That's a good use for a crashed 8C.
Yeah,
Disco
exactly.
volante. Yeah. Man, I feel like there might be an argument to be made for a really good set of coilovers on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there could be. If you could return it to stock,
Uh-huh.
without too much effort.
Right.
Wow.
Because you can tell there's a lot of potential if you just made a few tweaks.
Right.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And I'm not sure if it's a $300,000 driving experience, but it's definitely a $300,000 parking at the valet experience. That is 100% certain. This car is they'll move whatever out of the way if you pull up in one of these. Is that, of all your cars, which one has the most valet curb appeal, you think? This one?
I don't know. I avoid the valet like the plague.
Well, you don't just give them $20 to let you park it yourself up front?
Yeah,
That's what I do.
Sure.
Yeah.
So for example, one time I was out with my GTV, going out to dinner with my wife, and the valet would refuse to even take money from me.
Oh, really?
Park it. Yeah.
He just wanted to park it up front out of respect?
I don't know. So we ended up not going there.
One time the boys carried my mother's groceries all the way home out of respect. Yeah. No, sometimes I can't sit behind this van. We're going to have this conversation on the side of the road. Let's do it. Sometimes they won't take money. When I had my DeLorean, they were like, nope, you go right here and then move everything else. When I have the exotics, they want the money.
Yeah.
When you have a borrowed exotic, you learn what it's like to really have an exotic, and it's like you gotta always have cash.
Yeah, exactly.
For everybody, because you're gonna be tipping everybody all the time.
Have a wad of 20s with you.
Right. All right. I made a sufficient gap, even though that cyclist is there. Oh well. Busy day in Malibu today, but gunfire raining down the mountain. I see you, cyclist. I see you, sir. I see you checking. I see you too. Nope, we're not going to do that there. And you. All right. Thank you, guys. If I was him and I got passed by an 8C twice and got to listen to that, I would call that a treat.
Absolutely. That doesn't happen every day.
God, is that beautiful. Do you find there's a bit something like the first couple of inches of brake pedal travel are different too, huh?
Yeah. I think I've noticed that after my recent brake job.
Really?
Before it was more right on. Yeah.
God, when you have occasion to go full throttle through 2 gears, that is glorious. It makes me want to upshift just to downshift. Oh, that's delightful. And we've caught our van. That's okay. We're there. Wow. 8C. It does not drive like I guessed it would drive. First off, the steering is way heavier at lower speeds than I would have expected for a GT car. But, man, does that sound good.
Yeah.
That is what you're paying for right there. It's that
pure entertainment.
Wow, thank you for that, Afshin.
My
that
pleasure.
was unbelievable.
Yeah,
I'll never get to do that again. That's my one and only lifetime.
We'll go for a drive again.
Man, we got to go drive tastefully somewhere. This is tasteful. This is pretty. Have you ever had to go in a Spider?
No, I have not.
The Spider's got to be even crazier because you just get more of that exhaust.
Exactly.
That was great. 3 Alfas with Petrolicious, the Duetto, the GTV, and the 8C Competizione. Now, I feel like I have a well-rounded base on which to move forward with Alfa reviews.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Afshin.
Thank
that
you.
was so cool.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course. Check out Petrolicious. They got videos. Is it every week? Every week. Yeah,
every
new
Tuesday.
videos. And they got cool t-shirts they're selling now. Buy them at their store. And you're selling cars.
Oh, yeah.
They got a Petrolicious marketplace.
There's a GTV there right now.
Is there?
Oh, yeah.
I bet it's like $80,000, isn't it?
30.
Okay. That's not bad.
No.
Not bad. There's some high dollar stuff up there, but
Yeah.
there's some good stuff as well. So check out the marketplace at Petrolicious for curated vintage cars. That was great. Thanks,
Thank you.
Afshin. One more
Thanks,
time.
Matt.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.